You wake up at exactly 3 a.m. because the television just turned on by itself. Static, loud, violent, buzzing static filling the entire apartment. At first, you think maybe you forgot to turn it off. But then you realise you don't even remember falling asleep. Your room feels wrong. Too cold, too quiet. And somewhere out in the hallway, you hear something dragging slowly across the floor. Not footsteps, something heavier, wet. Like a body pulling itself forward through the dark. You sit up slowly in bed, heart pounding, trying to listen. Then, through the static, you hear a woman laughing. Soft at first, barely audible. But underneath the laughter, another voice whispers, "Found you." Tonight, we are going to talk about HITORI KAKURENBO. Welcome to the podcast You Can't Unhear. In Japan, there's an urban ritual people whisper about online called HITORI KAKURENBO, hide and seek alone. That feels wrong. Hide and seek is supposed to involve another person, another human. But this game, you play alone. At least, that's how it begins. The ritual first appeared online in the early 2000s on Japanese forums like 2chan. Late-night message boards filled with ghost stories, cursed games, urban legends. The kind of sites people scroll through at 2 a.m, telling themselves they're not scared, while secretly checking behind them every few minutes. And among all those stories, one ritual kept appearing over and over again. It has the same terrifying details every time. Dolls moving on their own. T-verse whispering names through static. Footsteps echoing through empty apartments. And people claiming something came home with them after the game ended. The ritual begins with a doll. Not random, not accidental. Because in Japanese folklore, dolls are believed to attract spirits. Sometimes even trap them. That's why old Japanese dolls already feel unsettling to many people. Glass eyes, human faces, stillness that almost feels alive. And honestly, there's something deeply disturbing about objects shaped like people, especially in the dark. The doll is cut open, its stuffing removed, and rice is pushed inside its body. Rice representing flesh, a living body, something edible for spirits. Then comes the most dangerous part. You place something from your body inside the doll. Hair, nails, blood sometimes. That's the tether. The moment the doll stops being just a toy and becomes connected to you, like another version of yourself. Afterward, the doll is stitched shut with red thread. Red like veins, like blood vessels. And you never cut the remaining thread completely. You wrap it around the doll tightly, like binding something alive inside it. The ritual already sounds cursed, long before the game even begins, because step by step, you're not creating a toy anymore. You're building a body. Then comes 3 a.m, the witching hour. The hour Japanese folklore claims the boundary between worlds becomes dangerously thin. The doll is submerged in water. The television left playing static. And then, you whisper, "The first seeker is me." Aya was a college student when she found the ritual online. Ordinary life. Classes during the day, part-time job at night. Doom scrolling through forums before sleeping. The kind of person who never expected horror to enter her apartment. But one night, she stumbled onto a thread titled, "The doll moved on its own." At first, she laughed. Obviously fake. Right? But the deeper she scrolled, the more uncomfortable she became. People described hearing breathing behind them, seeing dolls appear in rooms where they hadn't left them, televisions laughing through static. And every story ended the same way. I should never have played. The next day, Aya bought everything she needed. An old stuffed doll, rice, needle, red thread, a cup for salt water. That's the creepy part about rituals like this. How ordinary the ingredients look during daylight. Everything feels harmless until nighttime arrives. As the sun disappeared, Aya sat alone in her apartment, staring at the doll on her desk. The room dim except for her desk lamp. Outside, rain tapped softly against the windows. And somehow, the doll already looked different. Its black plastic eyes catching faint reflections from the light, almost watching her. With trembling hands, Aya cut the doll open. Cotton spilled onto the desk. Soft, white, lifeless. Then she filled the body with rice instead, each grain rattling softly inside the fabric body. Tiny clicking sounds, like bones. That detail alone makes my skin crawl, because suddenly, the doll stops feeling hollow. It gains weight, density, presence. Then came the hair. Her own hair. Her own fingernail clippings. The moment she pushed them inside, a cold feeling shot through her body instantly, like ice water running down her spine, and she suddenly had this horrible thought. This thing is me now. She threaded the needle with red string and stitched the doll shut slowly. Pull. Tighten. Pull. Tighten. And with every stitch, she swore she heard tiny noises, faint little cries, almost like something whining softly inside the doll. By the time she finished, the room no longer felt safe. The doll sat upright on the desk, silently, waiting. That night, the apartment felt unnaturally still. No neighbours talking, no traffic outside. Just the television humming with black and white static in the corner. The sound filled every inch of the room. Hissing, buzzing, like radio interference from somewhere far away. Then finally, the clock reached 3 a.m. Aya carried the doll into the bathroom, the sink already filled with water, cold ripples touching her fingertips. She lowered the doll slowly beneath the surface, and for one horrible second, she felt its eyes following her through the water. Then she whispered, "The first seeker is Aya." Her own voice echoed weakly off the bathroom tiles, and immediately, the apartment felt colder. Aya returned to the living room and counted slowly with her eyes closed. 1, 2, 3, her heart pounding harder with every number. By 10, she almost stopped the game completely. But curiosity kept pushing her forward, so she forced herself back toward the bathroom. And the moment she opened the door, she knew something had changed. The air felt thick, heavy, wrong. The doll remained submerged beneath the water, completely still. But somehow, the room no longer felt empty. Now came the next step. She had to stab the doll. Aya tightened her grip around the knife, voice trembling. "Tomoka, I found you." Then she drove the blade into the doll's stomach. The fabric tore open violently, rice spilling into the sink. But underneath the tearing sound, Aya heard something else. A faint cry, a childlike whimper. Soft, wet, painful. And in that exact moment, she regretted everything. Then she whispered the final words. The second seeker is Tomoka. The television erupted instantly. Static screaming through the apartment louder than before. The hallway shadows twisting unnaturally. And somewhere beyond the bathroom, she heard footsteps. Slow, heavy, dragging across the floor. "It's coming. Closer." Aya grabbed the cup of salt water and ran. Salt water was the only protection, the only thing capable of ending the ritual. She held it inside her mouth carefully, not daring to swallow. Then suddenly, the footsteps sped up. Closer now. Much closer. Not human footsteps. Something heavier. Something sticky. Like wet flesh slapping against the floorboards. She slammed herself inside her bedroom, locked the door, and crawled under the bed. The salt water burned against her tongue. But slowly, the taste changed. Metallic, warm, like blood. Outside the bedroom, the footsteps stopped. Then, the doorknob started shaking violently. Aya froze completely. The rattling became faster, harder. Like something outside was desperately trying to enter. Then suddenly, click. The bedroom light turned on by itself. Cold blue light flooding beneath the bed. And for 1 second, Aya saw a shadow standing in the doorway. Tall, unmoving, watching. Then the light shut off instantly again. Complete darkness. Something began crawling across the floor. Not walking, dragging itself forward slowly on its stomach like a snake. The sound stopped directly beside the bed. Aya covered her mouth, desperately trying not to scream. Then she saw it. A pale hand slowly reaching beneath the bed toward her. Long fingers, sharp nails. Feeling across the floor, blindly searching for her face. Then the TV screamed to life again. A woman's voice burst through the static. "Found you." Aya squeezed her eyes shut. The air suddenly became freezing cold. Heavy pressure crushing against her chest. She couldn't move, couldn't breathe. All she could do was pray the salt water still worked. Hours seemed to pass, or maybe minutes, not sure. The apartment just no longer felt real anymore. Then slowly, the footsteps returned, approaching the bedroom again. This time, the door began opening, very slowly, just a few inches at a time, as though something outside was carefully pushing it inward. Aya peeked from beneath the bed and saw the doll sitting upright in the living room, completely dry, its stitched stomach splitting open wider and wider, rice spilling across the floor. Then, slowly, its head turned toward the bedroom, button eyes looking directly onto hers. And through the static, a voice whispered, "Not yet, Aya." "It's still your turn." Aya nearly spat the salt water out too early, her entire body shaking uncontrollably. But somehow, she forced herself forward. She crawled from beneath the bed, walked trembling into the living room, and faced the doll directly. Then she whispered, "I win. I win. I win," 3 times, and spat the salt water directly onto the doll. The moment the water touched it, everything changed. The pressure vanished. The cold disappeared. The television shut off instantly. Silence swallowed the apartment whole. Aya collapsed unconscious on the floor. When she woke the next morning, sunlight filled the room peacefully. Birds outside. Normal sounds, normal light. And for one moment, she almost convinced herself it had all been a nightmare. Until she looked at the doll, still sitting upright, still stitched with red thread, its button eyes staring directly at her. After that night, Aya never turned her lights off at 3 a.m. again. She avoided dolls completely, avoided static on televisions, avoided looking too long into dark hallways. Because sometimes, late at night, she still hears something whisper beside her ear, "Aya, it's your turn." And honestly, maybe that's what makes Hitori Kakurembo so terrifying. Not because the ritual might work, but because once you invite something into your house, you can never be completely sure if it actually left. Sweet dreams tonight, guys. I'll see you on the next episode of the podcast You Can't Unhear.